We are just 14 days away from the start of Wrestle Grand Slam in Yokohama Stadium and the Tokyo Dome. Hi, everybody. I'm Chris Charlton. And over the next few days, every day, we are going to be counting down to these home run events where we will be giving you live, in English, in person coverage of Wrestle Grand Slam. And of course, to help me run the bases and come up with any other sporting analogies when I run out, which is now. Senpai Kevin Kelly.
Well, I hope I don't pull a hamstring as I'm rounding these bases, Chris. But I'll do my best to support you. I'm really excited. It'll be great to be back in Japan, working with you side by side, and calling an event from a baseball stadium is unique and unlike anything else. An outdoor venue like Yokohama Stadium will be much different than Tokyo Dome. So it's going to be a lot of fun, and I'm glad I could be a part of this countdown.
Can't wait to do it. Of course, big things are happening on njpwworld.com when we have live English coverage for you, and really big things are happening when you're here in person. And you're here in person. You just arrived. You just flew in yesterday.
And boy, are my arms tired. Yeah, it was it's a long process, but I'm happy to be back. And now the days of quarantine will be filled with previews for Wrestle Grand Slam. And
exactly.
I think we'll make good use of the time, and just again that the fruit at the end makes all the work worth it.
Yeah, so that's the idea. Every day over the next couple of weeks, we're going to be giving you just a little insight into the matches we might be seeing at Wrestle Grand Slam, and also some of the news coming out of each day. And I know I just want to touch on, we'll talk about a big match that might be happening in Yokohama Stadium very, very soon. But I just want to touch on an announcement that was made just a few moments ago here after NJPW Strong, a great LA Dojo showcase that saw Carl Fredericks beating Cart Connors in a phenomenal main event. But after that, a big preview. We know that on AEW Dynamite, Wednesday, May 12th, it's going to be Yuji Nagata challenging Jon Moxley for the IWGP United States Heavyweight Championship. And next week on NJPW Strong, a huge tag team preview main event, Yuji Nagata and Ren Narita against Jon Moxley and Chris Dickinson.
Yeah, it is, again, as I was reading the information, I was blown away. And the fact that we're going to get a chance to see that as a preview, I'm just so excited for Yuji Nagata. And I'm excited for Ren Narita to have these opportunities to do something a little bit different. And I guarantee you that Jon Moxley is not going to be half-stepping at all. And Chris Dickinson is going to look to make sure that everybody knows who he is. And it's just going to be fireworks galore.
So, of course, because we're still on the road to Dontaku, and tomorrow I want to talk about the Dontaku events that are coming up May 3rd and May 4th, that being live on njpwworld.com. Kevin, while you're quarantining, we unfortunately won't have live coverage for you, but that'll be in post. And those events at Dontaku will be shaping the cards that we'll see May 15th, Yokohama Stadium, May 29th in the Tokyo Dome. So we don't have an official lineup yet, but we do have one match that seems set for quite possibly Yokohama Stadium, and that came after Satsuma no Kuni this week. A great return for Kota Ibushi, tagging with Hiroshi Tanahashi in the main event against Jeff Cobb and Aaron Henare. And after that, that challenge issued from Ibushi to Jeff Cobb, and a very salty response from the Imperial unit.
Yeah, it's crass and personified, but the idea that Ibushi is making this a goal for him, I think, is very important. Sometimes things, are just brushed over, waved away. And, Kota Ibushi didn't just chalk up what Jeff Cobb did as, oh, that's just wrestling or competitive spirit. No, that was a punk move. And I'm going to call him out for it. And no better way to jump back into the fight than to have Jeff Cobb as your first real challenger. His goal is still to get back to being a champion, winning the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship. And if Cobb versus Ibushi is indeed signed for Yokohama Stadium, which we strongly believe that it will be, then obviously it is going to be a stacked card, and you're definitely not going to want to miss it.
Just your thoughts, and I know the English coverage for Satsuma no Kuni is now just going up on NJPW World, but your thoughts on that main event. And although Ibushi and Tanahashi, of course, as great as they were able to overcome Hinari, and that Kamigoye being the result. but Aaron Henare and Jeff Cobb, what a phenomenal tag team. And I would say, I think if those two aren't IWGP Tag Team Champions by this time next year, then I will eat any hats that I own.
There could be several combinations within the United Empire that could be a true force within the heavyweight tag team division. Again, there is. We also didn't want to just step over and wave away the dynamic between Tanahashi and Henare. Henare didn't betray Tanahashi to join the United Empire. He made a business decision. But believe me, Tanahashi wanted to know why. And wanted to know why, not by asking him in the locker room, wanted to know why by asking him in the ring. And also, too, I remark about actions that Aaron Henare takes during this match that could play a role in the Never Openweight Championship match, which I know we're going to preview coming up in another report. So hold on for that. And obviously, it's when you look at what the United Empire's done by the end of the Dontaku tour, we'll know how powerful they really are and set for the future for the summer months.
All right, so certainly we're going to have to keep our eyes on the United Empire as we head on to Wrestle Grand Slam. Once again, the King of Sports Streaming is the place to go. May 15th, Yokohama Stadium, May 29th, inside the Tokyo Dome. We will be there in both those environments to bring you all of that action. And it's going to be absolutely phenomenal. And we'll be back tomorrow with more discussion. So this is going to be an ongoing experiment. It's going to be great. If you've got any other quick comments, why not get to us on Twitter, and maybe we'll handle some questions as well.
Yeah, I think we're going to need some fan participation here as well, and I think that'll be a great time for us. Chris, we're both in the same country, but we just still can't be together.
So far away, right? Well, I'm glad I can keep you company while you're quarantining over the next few days, and we will be back tomorrow with more chat about Dontaku. Until then, gokigenyo, sayonara.